What if the reason you're not seeing results as a beginner is because you're working out too much? This may sound stupid. After all, more is always better, right? When it comes to the gym though, that mentality isn't always right. In today's video, I'm going to talk about why. When I started going to the gym, I went from 0 to 100 really quick. I went from not going at all to going pretty well every single day. At the time, I was really wanting to get fit, and I thought that going to the gym more meant that was going to happen quicker. However, this was far from the truth. I ended up just being hurt all the time. I was always exhausted, burnt out, felt like shit. And yeah, I did see some results, but I definitely didn't see as many as I could have. Since then, I've changed up my routine quite a bit. I no longer go 6 times a week. I now go 4 times a week. I'm doing my personal trainer certificate, and I'm realizing why I felt this way in the beginning and why working out less is actually optimal for beginners.
Oh my God, I'm just playing with them now, yeah. Oh my God, what she saying, say it loud, yeah. I can't respect it, I'm in the gym, but I am not flexing. Came from a Ford, I'm needing a Lexus. Shooting like Luke, I told him I'm next, shit. Oh my God, I'm just playing with them now, yeah. Oh my God, what she saying, say it loud, yeah. I can't respect it, I'm in the gym, but I am not flexing. Came from a Ford.
So in order to understand how often you should work out, you first need to understand how building muscle works. Your muscles don't actually grow in the gym. The gym actually damages them. When you work out and lift weights, you're causing micro tears in your muscle tissue. This damage is what's required in order to build muscle though. It tells your body that it needs to adapt. Your body basically says to itself, oh shit, I need to become better in order to better handle this next time. However, this adaptation only happens when you give your body the right environment for it to adapt. In order to do this, you need to have proper sleep, good hydration, a good diet with enough protein. These things are what actually cause your muscle to grow. When you're a beginner, your body isn't used to the stresses that you put on it when you lift. It's still learning how to recover and rebuild itself efficiently. If you go to the gym too frequently, like I was in the beginning of my fitness journey, you're not giving your body enough time to fully recover after a workout. This actually causes more harm than good. You're always going to be burnt out, sore, and you're not going to be making as many gains as you could. Not to mention, you're going to spend a lot more time outside of the gym because you're injured. Also, if you start lifting 6 times a week, you're not leaving any room to increase your volume later, which is going to be important to get over plateaus. This is the exact routine that I would give to a client if they were just starting out. Or if I had to do it all over again, this is what I would do. And that is a 3-day per week full body routine. Now I like this routine for a few reasons. The first of which is it gives your body 4 full days of recovery per week. It also allows you to hit each muscle group 3 times per week. It's a lot easier to make a habit as well versus 6 days per week. 3 days per week is a lot less of a commitment. If you ever get into a plateau, it's easy to get out of, as you can always add in an extra day per week to progress things. So what this would look like in action is Monday you do a full body lift, hitting like a bench press, a squat, some sort of rowing movement, and a few isolation exercises. Then again on Wednesday you hit full body, doing an RDL, Romanian deadlift, overhead press and pull-ups. Again, you'd add in a few extra isolation exercises. Then on Friday you hit another variation of a full body routine. Here you might hit a squat or a incline press. You get the idea. This would also give you weekends off, which would be nice. And working out 3 days per week allows you the flexibility to move days. So you can't hit the gym on Friday, then you move it to Saturday, or you know on Monday you're busy, you can move that lift to Sunday. However, when you're doing a 3-day full body, just make sure you're not working out 2 days in a row, as you're not giving your muscles adequate time to recover. get into the next point, I want to let you guys know about my free fitness accountability group on Discord. Check it out, the link will be down in the description of this video. After a while of doing 3 days per week, you will want to increase your frequency to 4 days per week in the gym. Don't rush into this though, take your time. You want to do 3 days per week for at least 3 months before making that increase. However, when you notice yourself not getting as sore, or you're feeling really good the next day after a workout, or your progress is kind of stalled and the weight's not really going up, or at least not nearly as much as it used to, or even you're just sick of your current routine, that's when it's time to add in another day. So when it comes to the 4 day per week splits, you can do these in a few ways. Popular one is the upper lower, so you alternate every time you go to the gym between doing upper body and lower body. Or the one that I currently do is a push pull legs and then a full body day. Personally, I like this one a lot, but the upper lower is just as good. Now when you're not doing full body and training separate muscle groups each time you go to the gym, you can do back-to-back days. Just make sure you're not training the same muscle groups on those back-to-back days. So if you do a full body day and then do a push day, you don't want to do that back-to-back, because in the full body day you did hit those muscles that are involved in the pushing movement, and when you do a push day right after that, you're hitting them again. When you consistently go to the gym for months on end, your body now starts to recover faster, so it is easier for your body to recover after doing a 4 day per week split. If you guys are wanting to gain control of your diet, then make sure to click on this video right here. It talks about how to put yourself in a calorie deficit and lose some weight. Also, don't forget to subscribe and join the free fitness accountability group down in the description.